What do you call a cow that plays guitar? It's a musician. It's a musician. You could say that about any instrument, really. So this guitar only has 5. Oh no, my mic. So as you can probably tell, I have little to no musical talent. As much as I'd love to invest my time and energy into teaching myself to make music or paying people to make the exact music I'm looking for, I, like many others, simply don't have the time or the money to invest into creating the perfect video. Now obviously there's no such thing as a perfect video, but every time someone makes a video, it almost always starts with a perfect idea. That idea branches out into effort. Then that effort turns into recording your lines like 50,000 times and having to choose one recording because, well, I did sneeze at 5 minutes and 12 seconds, but it was my best take. There was a fire truck at 7 minutes and 42 seconds, and it's 4 in the morning, and that fucking bird! Anyway, then at some point we reach the editor. When editing, the editor's mindset, I like to call it, starts to develop, which is basically turning that idea into a reality. And when we get into that mindset, the hardest part is making the creative decisions. Those creative decisions branching out into 3 components which must be at the very least considered for every video. Number 1, is the video visually pleasing to look at? Number 2, is the delivery and timing of certain jokes and points adequate? And 3, does the video have music? And if so, does it work? Your choice of music is arguably the most important part of a video, and not enough people seem to realize that. I've been starting to notice in many videos, especially in the commentary genre, where the musical effort is just that last minute thought where it's like, oh yeah, I have to add music, I'll just add this, I guess. Like think about it. People think it's such a trivial concept to take the time to add good music simply because it's watchable without it. When you think about it, it is the core foundation of your video, and choosing the wrong music can do so much more damage to a video than you'd think. With the internet being such a large resource for teaching yourself things like editing and music, you'd think everybody on the internet would have the talent to make stellar YouTube videos with original music and high-class editing. But let's be real, making videos can be very hard, and a lot of us are either extremely lazy or just don't have the time or the budget to learn it properly. So of course, with many of us trying to create good content and being limited to the resources around us, we simply have to settle with the more inexpensive alternative. Some may call it royalty-free music. So I have some thoughts as well as some tips to using royalty-free music in your videos, and I want to talk a little bit about the science behind how music alone can determine whether a viewer watches your video or doesn't. Music is used in a variety of ways all across YouTube, with the general goal of said music being to make the video more appealing. For the commentary genre at least, it's typically quiet, subtle, and strings the video together into a nice combination of vocals and coffee table-esque background music. For other videos such as sketches or vlogs or other things, maybe the music would be more uplifting, silly, dramatic, or even sad depending on the mood that they are trying to portray. Kevin Macleod, who I've been pronouncing wrong for the last 5 years, is the name of a man who has supplied seemingly 90% of YouTube's royalty-free music. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the infamous royalty-free ukulele, or the main source of music that pretty much every vlogger, animator, sketch comedian, or commentator uses. He prides himself on the fact that his videos are Creative Commons and that he can use any of his music in any project. Because of this, many are taking advantage of this opportunity to take the easy way out and use free music instead of paid for royalty licensed music, myself included and many others. So that means that any video can have his songs in them as long as they give credit, which a lot of people aren't doing. And with many jumping on the royalty-free music train, you'll get some people who don't give a where the music is coming from and what rights they have to that music. They'll just take the lazy way out by reaching their dirty little hands towards the nearest source of convenient music. The first thing that comes to mind when I think dirty, disgusting, and unacceptable is those fucking awful children-based channels, you know, with the Spider-Man and the Elsa doing things. Those will typically have royalty-free music and will rack in millions of views. And if it wasn't for that music, these videos would be unwatchable. For example, just imagine if one of these videos didn't have any music at all. Royalty-free music, or any music, gives YouTube videos a foundation that helps to carry the video and deliver some sort of message to the viewer in a less awkward way. For many videos, the music supports what a person is saying or doing, sets the tone and atmosphere of the message, and if maybe the video isn't so great, at least the music will give it some weight. The music is arguably, like I said, the most important part of a video, so if it's too loud, too quiet, obnoxious, or doesn't fit the tone of the message, people won't like that. I had to learn that the hard way. The goal of most commentators like myself is to present to you both the auditory and visual pleasures that will keep you watching until the end of the video, hopefully giving you some sort of entertainment, or at the very least feel informed at the end of the video. So that's what the music's for, keep your interest. And you haven't left yet, so obviously the two components are coming together nicely, and this video isn't complete garbage. Right? Of course there are YouTubers who can do commentaries without music in the background. Take Bionic Pig for example, who literally makes music but at the same time can deliver a commentary with his voice alone. Because he's actually good at it. But I have to talk about the elephant in the room, the people who use it incorrectly. Yes, there is a way to use royalty-free music incorrectly. In fact, there are many ways. There are those guilty of breaking the sacred laws that are bound to the usage of royalty-free music. An example, like I said earlier, is not giving credit to the artist even when they specifically ask for credit in the description of your video. Some people even monetize these videos which use this music, and most of them get away with it because of the extremely large quantity of people who are desperate for free music. And because this music is used in great numbers all across YouTube, it can be very difficult to track down the people who didn't give credit to the original maker of the song. Not giving credit when you are lawfully obligated is not only disrespectful to the original artist, but you're literally giving them nothing for their work. There is a difference between public domain and royalty-free, and not enough people know this. Public domain is when the music is absolutely free, and usually just applies to songs that are so old the copyright has expired. And honestly, public domain music isn't usually that great, especially for videos. That's why a lot of people don't use it. Then there's royalty-free, which doesn't mean it's not copyrighted, but you have to follow some rules. They ask for credit in the description, you better give credit in the description. Not giving credit to a musician is like not giving credit to an animator.
Is 20 bucks okay?
I think we can all agree if someone put their time and energy into making something for you and you're showing it off on your channel, they should get credit, right? So why is it different from music? You see my logic? That's why in every video I make, all the music I use in my videos will be in the description, always. If you're curious, you can check right now. A lot of it is from Kevin MacLeod, the musical ghost, Shara X, and sometimes broader sources, but I always credit the music, even if the artist doesn't ask me to. Helps me sleep at night, honestly. But what's even worse than that is the repetition. 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 YouTube is of course a very big platform with millions of videos uploaded every single day. So of course wandering around you're bound to hear some of the same music. In fact, a lot of the same music. So much in fact that you could play a drinking game out of it, take a shot every time you hear Carefree used unironically, you will die. But really though, let's play a little game. I'm going to acapella some of the most common royalty-free songs, most of them by Kevin MacLeod. Every time you recognize one, give yourself a point. Tally up the points and let's see how good your memory is. If you use YouTube as much as I do, you should get all 9, or at least 7. You've definitely heard at least one before. And if the thought of alcohol being involved makes you want to play a drinking game so badly after this and you're of age, pause this video, go to the nearest MacLeod Ale Brewing Co., open from 12 PM to 10 PM on weekends. Let's fucking do this. Of course I can't, but like, at least you're having fun. First one's easy. Let's begin. Da 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 da. Ba ba da 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 da. Boom da 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 boom boom. Fun fact, this is actually a song from 1876 by Pure Gin, but Kevin MacLeod remastered for all those spicy life story vlogs. You don't care. Dun da da dun dun da 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 dun da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Boom jam, boom 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 boom. Dum dum dum
dum dum dum dum dum dum dum.
Alright, tally up your results. 9 out of 9, 8 out of 9, 4 out of 9. You probably recognized at least one. In fact, I'm guilty of using one of these for my video on the Discover tab, so if you saw that, you've heard that song. I hope you can forgive me for that. But if you're like me and an avid user of YouTube, it'll get very annoying hearing these songs over and over again to the point of exhaustion by every channel ever. Then that one guy uses that song, and I can't help but bundle up into a corner and cry. The point I'm trying to make is to try to vary your music, okay? Music is a very important part of the video and can be the decision in the back of a viewer's head that makes them decide whether they like your video or not. It could be a great video, but it could have terrible music. Your motivational video about believing in yourself is not going to be very good if you're using a song that has been so overused to the point where people will force themselves to hate your video because of the song. Oh, and speaking of believing in yourself, another thing I want to mention is using music for your vlogs and or speeches.
She gets so sick of crying.
Now, personally, I like Markiplier. I think he's a cool guy, and sometimes I will occasionally find myself in one of his motivational videos. But I've seen a few and I've noticed a pattern that's been bothering me. I think part of the problem I have is that they come off as slightly manipulative when you're near tears and suddenly decide to slip in some sad music to support the video, and then when I'm watching the video, it just doesn't feel right. Is it just me? Maybe this is just me, but I don't understand it at all. It would just feel dirty looking at an editor and seeing myself crying, and then putting in some generic sad music in an attempt to make it look better. Is that it? I don't understand. And after a while, this unnatural cycle of music to tears just doesn't affect me anymore. And then you start seeing it in every single one of these, and it just gets old really quickly. I don't know. Oh my god, man, you're a terrible person. You can't say that about my boy Markiplier. He's just trying to motivate. He's just being a good person. You're terrible. No, I don't think I'm being a terrible person when I say that, because most of the time the only thing they say in these videos is that they're so happy for all the support. They're so grateful to have fans, and they've come a long way, and every single one of you is an individual. Then the music for these videos is so overused to the point that they start to get cheesy. And after using the same music and the same words for every single one of these, the words start to lose their value. Okay, now I do understand some arguments. You're probably thinking, well, if this video can use music, why can't this video? The music isn't gonna hurt anybody, and that's true, but you gotta draw a line somewhere. This will likely come off as a very large nitpick, but just something I gotta get off my chest. As far as I know, Markiplier's been using the same music in pretty much every single one of these motivational videos. Every single fucking one! Markiplier! You're cool, okay, I like you, but you can't make these inspirational videos. You just say fucking music every single time! Like, okay, you seem like a nice guy, but how many songs do you have on your computer? Like 3? Motivational song 1, sad song 2, happy song, it's the same every video. Let's use sad song 2 again. Nobody, no, okay, people have noticed. They've even made videos dedicated to your usage of that song. They're calling it your song, and apparently everyone's okay with this. It's the same song every single time. Look, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but come on, man. You're better than this. Look, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mark. Maybe we're distant, sure. Maybe we've never met. Maybe you don't even know my name. Who I am. Maybe I don't know enough about your life to judge the decisions you make. Maybe I'm blind by my cynicism that's developed over the last few years. This feeling that won't pass over me, that every big YouTuber is in it for the money, but you're different. You're special, Markiplier. You're in it for the fans, and you care about me. You care about every single one of your fans. I love you, Mark, and I know you love me too. Okay, I can't do this anymore. Do you see what I mean? Like, I could probably say anything and use some super sad or motivational song, and bada boom, you got a super sad YouTube video. You just need good delivery, good music, and most importantly, a presence of crying and or smiling to tie it all together. Maybe the Star Wars prequels weren't that good. Maybe the acting was terrible. But George Lucas has inspired so many of us that even in the worst of movies, you can still make good ones. Yeah, maybe he had nothing to do with the Force Awakens. Maybe he remastered the old films during their timeless integrity. But still, if you believe in yourself, believe in the Force, you can do anything. You get it now? I have nothing against Markiplier. In fact, I think he's a very smart and nice guy. My only problem is his choice of music. He's used Whispers by Priolo at least 20 times now, and I've heard it a good amount of times in all of his videos exclusively, and every time I hear it, I just sigh. So Mark, if you're listening, choose some different music at the very least. I beg you. Go ahead and use some music, that's fine. I can't stop you, but just delete this song from your computer, right? Thanks. Please don't take this video too seriously, I'm mostly joking. Because, you know, Markiplier isn't that bad. He could be so much worse.
You wanna give me money, man?
Yeah.
You prick.
You're gonna take my money, then call me a...
There's a lot of free music out there, and it can be used in many ways. It can be used in a negative light to manipulate your audience, or it can be used in a good way to inspire your audience, or keep them interested in a video you maybe worked really hard on. And back to the subject of royalty-free music in general, there's nothing wrong with a Minecraft Let's Play here and there. We all make mistakes, but at the very least, try to be unique. If you're going to do something hundreds of people have already done before, at least try some different music. Here's a list of overused songs. If you're using one of these, you should probably consider some different music. And don't use royalty-free ukulele ever. No, I didn't say take your ukulele. No.
You're not my dad.
But put it away.
I'm going to use
Stop.
royalty-free ukulele.
Stop.
Whenever I want to, I have
Stop.
the rights to use the music. You cannot tell me what to
Wait
do.
a second.
You're not my dad. You are not my dad. You are not
Okay,
my
calm
dad.
down.
You are not my dad.
It's
You are
okay.
not my dad.
It's
You are
okay.
not
Calm
my
down.
dad. You are
It's
not
okay.
my dad. You are not.
Shut up! It's
But
okay.
It's royalty-free.
Just listen. It's okay. Some people are diagnosed with something called a psycho-ukuleleosis. Okay, it's a very serious mental condition, and I'm here to help. I'm totally a doctor. It's okay. I'm
You
here to
sound
help
like
you.
you're 12.
But shh. Now, repeat after me. I will not use Carefree. I will not use royalty-free ukulele, even in a joking manner. It is overused. Subscribe to Penga's side. So hopefully I've educated you in the science that is royalty-free music. Royalty-free music is all around us, Simba. You just gotta find it. And you can use it in anything. Even in... No, but seriously, taking advantage of music to make a video more entertaining is fine. There's nothing wrong with using music in your video. Music is amazing. I love music. You love music. It brings movies to life. It carries us through the darkest of days. It can create a presence of emotions that nothing else can quite do the same. Music is very powerful. Music is to videos like a sweater is to a dog. Yeah, he doesn't need that sweater, but it's so cute. It's so cute. And if that sweater is too tight, too ugly, or too big for the dog that you're handling, people probably won't want to look at that dog. You gotta groom your dog, take care of your dog, show it some love, and most importantly, don't overuse the suit. It will lose its value when everyone else is going to the same dog show with the same super suit. Like, you ever been to a costume party and everyone is Spider-Man, or Elsa, or Superman? Everybody's the same character. Like, they're usually very boring parties. It's kind of like that feeling, but I want to say everyone's a dog, because I really like dogs. And driving this analogy into the ground as much as humanly possible, don't forget who made the suit. We should respect the music around us. We should thank the creators of the music that brings so many content creators towards success in making good videos. We sometimes forget to acknowledge the little things like the background music of a video, and more importantly, the time and love that was put into the music that is creating a feel for that video. Now, final words before I end this video. I feel like there are 3 golden rules to using royalty-free music or any music in your videos that at the very least we should respect. Number 1, give credit if you can, especially if they ask for it. Think of free music as a collaborative effort, and not getting credited is probably the most annoying feeling when half the video is the music itself. 2, use different music every once in a while. Learn the cliches, take note of that list I mentioned, and please, for the love of God, don't use any ukuleles. If you're struggling to find good music, here's a tip. Try something people haven't done before or don't do often, like a video game OST or something from a really old TV show. Just make sure you know what you're doing so you don't get a copyright strike. But most importantly, know when not to use music, because you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh yeah, there's a 3rd rule. I forgot about the 3rd. Okay, here's one. Don't put it in your fucking surprise egg openings, ever. Delete your channel. Most of the music I use is from Incompetech.com. If you need some music, you can get it from the best. This is the site of the great Kevin MacLeod, the most beautiful man on this planet. A lot of people don't even know about this website. Instead, they just rip it from YouTube, and that's not only giving the creator no traffic for his website, but most of the people won't give credit because they think it's from this guy instead of this guy. Today is a day to acknowledge every video, possibly millions, that have used his music, and how many continue to use it today to make great content. Next time you use any of his songs, just remember where you got it from, and be grateful. Seriously, people don't appreciate free music enough. You should be bowing down to this man and praying to him every night. Thanks a lot, Kevin. I'll never forget you. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on.
This is not okay. It's time to stop. It's time to stop.
Seriously though, thank you so much for watching. I plan to upload videos weekly, so if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to see more like this. If you did make it to the end of the video, let me know if you liked the video, or let me know what I should improve on, because every video I make, I want to improve, so, you know, any feedback is greatly appreciated. That's about all I gotta say. Like I said, credit to the channels I mentioned and the music I used is in the description, and as always, good vibes, everyone. So I just finished making this, like I literally just finished, and I checked Twitter, and Jacksbilbs uploads, "There's something I need to tell you," and this is honestly the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It basically, like you know, like he says, like, you know, there's something I gotta tell you, and then it's like, I love it. I love it so much. It basically sums up my point that I made earlier. So please go watch it. This is a great video. Jack's films in general is just pretty amazing, so you should check them out. Who doesn't know who Jack's films is? I'm a fucking stupid little 12-year-old.